Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonus.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonus. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll be chatting live with former Congressman Peter King. Looking forward to doing that. Two losers on TV last night. Loser number one, Jimmy Kimmel, interviewing loser number two. I'm a journalist, Don Lemon. Secretary Kristi Noem responds to the Grammys and all of that anti-ICE and the fallout and what it could mean because it puts the lives of agents in jeopardy. And a question I'm asking you this hour, 800-848-9222. Will you watch the Super Bowl halftime show Sunday? Bad Bunny performing. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says Bad Bunny won't get political. Right. I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. But first, some folks on Capitol Hill are trying to fix the problem, and that is if you come here illegally and commit a crime, a fraud crime, then you are out of here. This is Congressman Tom Emmer, Republican of Minnesota.
I believe that if you come to this country and this great country and you become a citizen, you should be assimilating. You should be trying to be a great American. If you engage within 10 years of becoming a citizen in espionage, in aggravated felony, or you're working with a foreign terrorist group, you should be denaturalized and sent back to where you came from, because clearly you don't appreciate the citizenship opportunity that you have in this country.
Thank you, Congressman. The latest voice trying to correct at least one of the problems that we have here in the greatest country on earth, America. 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. In a few minutes, I see among the calls that are coming in, Janice in Brooklyn wants to talk about the New York City snowstorm. We'll get to that. Janice and your mayor, Mamdani. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, the Super Bowl on Sunday. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says Bad Bunny will not get political during the speech. During the performance. I almost don't want to say that because you know that he's going to use this platform, Mr. Ice Out, to do something to make a statement. Instead, the NFL commissioner speaking out himself, that stating this is a platform to unite people.
Bad Bunny made a pretty clear anti-ICE statement at the Grammys last night. What are you expecting in terms of political statement, whether that's from Bad Bunny or Green Day or any of the other performers?
On your first question, security is obviously one of the things we focus on the most. It's a Tier 1 level event that involves unique assets at the federal level, state level, and the local level, all working together. I see no change in that. In the preparations for the Super Bowl, we have not seen that. We're working with all three of those levels, and doing everything we can to make sure it's a safe environment. And the federal government is a big part of that, including this administration and every other administration before that. I think Tier 1 is probably been the category we've had since at least the turn of the century, if not before that. So I just anticipate we'll continue to do the work to make it the safest event. On your second question, I think everybody listen, Bad Bunny and I think that was demonstrated last night, one of the great artists in the world. And that's one of the reasons we chose him. But the other reason is he understood the platform he was on, and that this platform is used to unite people and to be able to bring people together with their creativity, with their talents, and to be able to use this moment to do that. And I think artists in the past have done that. I think Bad Bunny understands that, and I think he'll have a great performance.
We'll see exactly what happens, Mr. Commissioner, at halftime on Sunday. I'm going to watch it. I'm hoping he doesn't come out in a dress. We'll see what happens. We see your phone calls. We're going to get to your calls in just one moment. But I still, folks, have a bad taste in my mouth over the Grammys. I've had it with these elitist phonies, do as I say, not as I do. Secretary Kristi Noem responding.
I wish they knew what wonderful, amazing people our ICE officers are. Many of these officers live in these communities where they're doing enforcement activities. Their families live there, and that's their neighbors they're protecting by getting dangerous criminals off the streets. They're going after those murderers and rapists, people that are trafficking drugs, and protecting America. That's what President Trump said he would do. He said he would make us safer, and he's done that. We have reached historic lows in crime rates in this country, the lowest rate of murder and crime since we've been recording it for over 100 years. So it's real results. People are feeling it in their communities, and it's too bad that ill-informed, famous musicians make statements like that without truly knowing what great Americans our ICE and Border Patrol officers are.
Hey, Hollywood, crime is down. Shouldn't that account for something? President Trump is getting the job done. As I said at the top of the show, and we're going to go to Janice in Brooklyn, followed by Mike in Wayne, New Jersey. We see all the other calls. We're going to get to them. Maryland, Catherine, J, New Jersey, Joe, also in New Jersey. But let me get to loser number one, interviewing loser number two on television last night. Jimmy Kimmel interviewing Don Lemon. Don Lemon thinks he's now Nelson Mandela.
Walking up to the room, and I press the elevator button, and all of a sudden I feel myself being jostled, and people trying to grab me and put me in handcuffs, and I said, "What are you doing here?" And they said, "We came to arrest you." And I said, "Well, who are you?" And then finally they identified themselves, and I said, "If you are who you are, then where's the warrant?" And they didn't have a warrant, so they had to wait for someone from outside, an FBI guy, to come in to show me a warrant on a cell phone. And by that time, I was trying to, figure out what was going on to get my bearings, and they dropped all my stuff. My glasses had fallen on the floor. I'm like, I can't read that. So they had to pick my glasses up, and I read it, and still, what does that mean? And then it was a bunch of guys, and they took me outside. FBI guys were out there. I mean, it had to be maybe a dozen people, which is a waste, Jimmy, of resources, because I had told them weeks before, and maybe once or twice, that we would, I think my attorney tried to contact them once, maybe twice, that I could just go in, and it would have to be the folks who were just working there that day, and they wouldn't have to have all these people following me around.
It's more than just a waste of resources. So they grab you and they take you where?
Well, you're right about more than just a waste of resources. They want that. They want to embarrass you. They want to intimidate you. They want to instill fear, and so that's why they did it that way.
Folks, I've seen this 1,000,001 times covering as an in-bed reporter at the Southern District of New York. All this bravado, it happens on the front side. Trust me, folks, when it comes sentencing day, all that bravado is out the window, and they're crying like a baby, appealing to the federal judge to please not give them a maximum sentence. Mr. Lemon, you are going to federal prison.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over, move forward.